My servants can smell your blood, human.
Hello and welcome to This Week on Xbox.
Okay, so what we have going on, thanks for joining us here with Greg and Sabrina. The Developer Direct was launched this week on Thursday, and as everybody knows, it was not what we really wanted it to be. Now, it's Xbox, right? And Xbox used to be really banging, alright? The word banging comes out. Now, we're all asking, where in the hell is Gears of War? Where in the hell is Halo? Where in the hell is a good, strong Call of Duty? We already got Battlefield, which is really good, but okay, so in this we're doing a recap here, and what I've got to say is very important. So, they need some new CEOs to run these companies. They need me. So I'm going to have to be a CEO. So thank you all for inviting me to be your CEO, because I bust ass. Take names when I bust ass. So, this game is pretty cool. You know, the one where you got the wolf as your companion or something, and you run around with all those special abilities. That was actually kind of, you know, it's alright, it's cool, but I don't think it's going to sell that great. Now, this cup game is good for kids, you know, so to be honest, with all the pottery and stuff, that's great and all, but it's not going to hit the big market. It's not going to make the big numbers. Now, Forza, on the other hand, it's going to be great, because Forza, it looks beautiful, unbelievable beautiful, okay? And then we have Fable, and Fable is going to do good. It's not going to top the charts unless if you can do multiplayer, where you and your friends can join together and go do stuff on Fable. Because this day and age, you want to play with your friends, you play by yourself, that's fine, but I think Fable should bring back that ability to where you can kind of join up, you know? So I don't know what they have in store for Fable as far as people joining in. Obviously, Final Fantasy looks brilliant. It looks great. So Final Fantasy, I'm kind of a fan of the old school Final Fantasy from like Nintendo, and then when they made the one with all the girls in it, all those kind of like, you know, where it just starts getting the blade and everything. That Final Fantasy was really cool. Now, here are some other games that are coming out that they're showing on this, and that's why I wanted to cover this. Because the Developer Direct only had a few games that they showed, and then this one here actually shows. This was like 8 hours ago, so if I'm doing this now. So, they're kind of touching base on additional games and stuff, and what I want to say is we definitely need some new CEOs up in there to get some stuff going right, and it needs to be my generation, because we know what we want. Okay, so you got to cater to all the audiences. You can't just do like the woke gen or the new kids on the block. All right, we have to have good Gears of War coming. We have to have some really good games. Okay, we need some stuff. This Death Stranding director's cut, it's not bad, but, you know, I don't think it's going to be a blockbuster. Every year, you need to have blockbuster games coming in order to sell, in order to make those numbers. Game exclusives to those consoles that Nintendo keeps doing to people. It would be great to have Mario Party or Pokemon across the board for Xbox and PlayStation, that they share some of their games, and in turn Xbox will share their games. So Xbox thought they would be real nice and share some of their games with PlayStation, share some of their games with Nintendo, and Nintendo's just not sharing, and I don't get it. All you have to do is make one game that's shareable and say this game only. So say a multiverse Pokemon game. Wouldn't that be badass? A Pokemon game where everybody across all platforms, I guarantee you, me and everybody I know, I mean, that's all we'll be playing. So you can only make it once. And so you could join across multi-platforms in a Pokemon game. And why they haven't done that is beyond me. But that's something they really, really, really need to do. Along with, they need to do, like, say, Mario Party at least. And so do a Mario Party and make it the World Mario Party. And so all the other consoles can join together only on this one game. I'm not saying all the Mario Parties. We're not sharing everything. Okay? You can still make other blockbusters. But I'm telling you right now, if Nintendo says we get 80% and you guys get the rest, then I guarantee they'll say yes, because they're still going to get money off of that, and they're going to get a lot of sales. I guarantee you, I would love to play with some of my friends. It would put Fortnite down in the hole and Call of Duty if they did that. I'm just saying. Just imagine people across the board being able to play those games as a group. Late night. Oh, let's all have game night, and then that turns it into game night. Playing Mario Party. I mean, dude, imagine that online. Boy, oh boy. You know, the only thing you'll be mad about is server. You know, how fast is a server across multi-platforms? That'll be the only thing. Now, the other problem we have is Nintendo obviously is not doing what they need to do. They got their new CEO, someone named Devin. Is it a chick? Is it a dude? What kind of chick is named Devin? I'm just saying. Okay, let's just go there, right? But anyways, okay, so Bowser's out. We got this new chick in. They're going to be announcing their Nintendo platform Direct next month in February, and that is what we want to see. That is definitely what we want to see. That's going to be some top of the line stuff is what we're hoping. Now, what we want to see from Nintendo is what everybody's been saying for years. You know, we all want, you know, Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. We want Majora's Mask. We want Twilight Princess. We want those games to be remade in HD and maybe spiced up. So, you know, in like a souped up version of that. So what is going on with Nintendo that they haven't done this yet? Here you go. The Switch 2 is not selling that good, you know. Okay, so let's go to PlayStation. PlayStation. Well, guess what? PlayStation just released some sort of update for their PlayStation 5 Pro, which is making it the actual Pro that it was supposed to be when it first came out. So it actually, this whole time, the Pro wasn't really doing as good because it didn't have this update, which made it unlock special features. So if you go look this up, you'll see that I'm not lying. It's a true thing. They had an update come out for the PlayStation 5 Pro, and yes, it allows it to have ultra ray tracing, all kinds of deep colors, and really brings the Pro to the surface, pushing its hardware better than Xbox. Oh man. So the Pro might now be topping with Xbox's top of the line, you know. So the PlayStation Pro 5, you know, it really got the update we needed to actually perform. So when it comes to Xbox, though, we were kind of let down because we wanted a little bit more, but thank God they got Fable coming. It's going to be a little bit late, but it's better than nothing. They're saying the fall. I'm thinking more like Christmas time, because trying to get this thing perfect, like I said, it's got to have multiplayer in some form or way where you can play with your friends, or else it's just going to be, it's kind of like playing like a Zelda game. So when Fable came out, this was like kind of like their answer to like Zelda in a way, if you want to think about it. And it really was. It really did have what we wanted in like a hero adventure game where you could go all evil or all good. So you could actually get like, you know, horns on your head or a halo above your head, stuff like that. So I remember playing this game relentlessly on the 360 back in the day, and that Fable, I mean, it was great. And you could always see your friends with some sort of orbs and stuff that would move around the screen, but they got to make it multiplayer. There's a lot of refining they need to do. Like, if you looked at that monster, it wasn't refined, it wasn't polished, you know. There's a lot of, like, not detail on some of this stuff. So they need to do some additional detailing of the actual game. Now, I'm sure it's going to look more crisp, but we're going to have to look for not just performance, but good quality here. Okay? So, yeah. So Forza and Fortnite, or Forza and Fable were the two blockbuster games that they got on Xbox this year. We were really hoping to see one more bad game, and unfortunately Gears of War just isn't doing it. Like I said, PlayStation got their update for the PlayStation 5 Pro, so now games on PlayStation 5 Pro consoles are going to look really good and run really good, okay? So now is the time. If you are a PlayStation person, it's game time. So PlayStation's been kind of back, you know, and, you know, it is what it is, but, you know, now, since Xbox is sharing their games with PlayStation, that is a deal that they wanted to do to help PlayStation, because they bought, they thought it was only right, you know, they bought Call of Duty, and they really wanted to try to get Call of Duty better, but they just got Call of Duty, so this was a game that they were already working on. You can't say that Black Ops 6 was going to be the game. They really need to work hard on getting it and getting it good. So, yes, we've got Forza, we've got Fable, but that's about it. Now, PlayStation next week, or is PlayStation doing theirs like in a week or two, is what I mean to say? Are they going to do something? Because usually this kind of stuff happens at E3 in June, May or June, around that time, usually around June, over in California, and I guess they're not having E3 anymore. I don't know. They would rather do this because it saves money, and they save more money by doing this instead of doing E3, because E3 costs so much money. But if E3 does go on, I'm sure Xbox and everybody will be there. But PlayStation, Nintendo used to have a big thing, you know, big play sets and everything at E3. So it's really a shame not to see all of that anymore. I think COVID ruined everything, really. So, in February, we've got Nintendo coming out. Are they going to be dropping some awesome Zelda stuff? You know, they've already released tidbits about their movie they're making for the Super Mario Galaxy thing, you know, and that's not really a big deal because, you know, you're missing out on the whole Yoshi story and all that other stuff, you know, I mean, so you're just going to jump in the galaxy, I guess, huh? So it'll be a movie and good for the kids, and that's that, you know. It's definitely probably a watch, but it's not worth, like, you know, I'm sure everybody will just own it because there's not much to buy or own, so there's no, almost anything you could put a movie out right now and it will do all right because there's no blockbusters. COVID really did ruin a lot of stuff, you know. You know, we had a great DC universe, we had a great Marvel universe, and then it just all ended. And we just, you know, then it was up to Ryan Reynolds and his Deadpool to make movies, you know. And those were awesome. We love some Wolverine. We love Deadpool. So it's going to be a shame when they hang their hats up, you know, because apparently they brought everybody back for this Doctor Doom Avengers movie. So that's going to be awesome. But when it comes to gaming, we definitely need our Gears of War to come back. We need all that kind of stuff. We need these blockbuster games. Just like PlayStation holds on to their stuff, you know, we can hold on to ours. So there's a lot of stuff that needs to be covered. I look forward to seeing more or better in the future, but it really sucks this is where they're at. They do have new consoles scheduled for for about a year or so out, so I don't know what they're planning on doing, but in the next year or so, the consoles you're playing on are going to be obsolete. Apparently, Xbox is going to have Steam on it. And they said it's going to be pretty much like a PC, so you might as well just buy a PC. So, if they have Steam come to Xbox, then that is a blockbuster. That will end all fucking gameplay right there. Because Steam has games on it that are really old. If you get access to all of those games, oh my god, I am so buying the entire freaking library. It is true we need physical editions, but Steam doesn't really go anywhere. It holds what it has. And we're also waiting for Shadowgate to come to the consoles. They said they were coming to the consoles, and where's Shadowgate beyond Shadowgate? We don't know. So this year we're looking forward to having something by the end of the year that's rare and cool. I do want to say thanks for stopping in, checking out today's video and all that. But, you know, it's really going to hit off, I think, in a year or so. We might come back. The golden age of gaming is really shot to hell. It left just before COVID, and that's pretty much where we're at now. No man's land. Right around when Cold War came out, that's when it was falling down. So, if you guys have any questions, drop them down in the link below. You've seen some of the developer direct stuff here. I can't post everything. I was going to post all of this on Thursday night, and I'm more of a weekend guy, and there's a lot going on the weekday. I mean, work is just way too demanding right now. So doing videos, I get them out there, but, you know, let's be honest here. How many of you are going to be buying this Fable game? Because I would buy it if it's multiplayer, and then I'm going to end up having to buy it to just let my old lady play it if there is no multiplayer. So there's that for me. You know, Forza, I would love to buy it, but I just buy them now for no reason. I don't even play them. Back in the day, I used to play, but there's really nobody to play with, you know. Nobody wants to do racing because then it gets white knuckle. I swear sometimes I break my controllers playing Forza. You know, I swear to God. It's just like playing Killer Instinct. It breaks your controller. So, with that being said, we're going to cut it off here. And I'd like to thank you for stopping by. Keep in mind, the game world, we're going to try to bring it back. Hopefully, Chris Tabber or whatever, for the Analog 3D, hopefully he will be making some more business moves that are going to profit and make good sales here in America, because now it's all about making good sales. And hopefully he can do that GameCube that we're all wanting. The GameCube would be an amass thing. If you announce something like that, everybody's going to be at your door beating down the door for that. The GameCube is next, Chris. If you even ever hear that. Probably not. So, till next time, miss ya. Dun 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 dun.
Click on Zombie Apocalypse.